Take down the Sherrif of Nottingham and the new Gangs of Sherwood. Hey there, it's Adam from Let's Talk Nerdy, and I've played and completed the new Gangs of Sherwood game and wanted to share my experience by providing an in-depth overview of the story and gameplay mechanics. I will also dive into the good and bad aspects of the game, and in the end, I will provide my final thoughts of Gangs of Sherwood. So let's jump into it. Like the folklore of Robin Hood, the Sherrif of Nottingham has become a villainous tyrant and must be stopped. However, in Gangs of Sherwood, the world is a futuristic dystopia where each enemy, character, and boss has a very unique feel that complements the narrative. Each mission starts with Alan A. Dale setting the scene with a puppet act.
Wow! They look tired and sick!
I'm sorry, Prioress.
Yeah, well, we couldn't find better candidates. Oh, you losers! Right, bring them inside.
Missions consist of essentially 3 steps with checkpoints for leveling up and improving overall health, which is crucial for facing the final boss of each mission. Along your journey, artifacts can be found throughout the mission, which offer useful buffs and other side tasks that offer additional rewards in the end. As you battle your way through each wave of enemies, you are given a grade of how you perform throughout the fight. The more damage and larger combos you deal, the higher grade, but if you take a hit, your grade pays the price. After completing missions, you return to Master Oak, which is where you can select the next mission, upgrade your characters, switch cosmetics, master your skills in the training area, and also switch your characters here as well. Master Oak also has NPCs that have side quests that can be activated as you speak with them, and these side quests will be activated to be completed in the main missions. Gangs of Sherwood features 4 playable characters, each with their own unique ability and movesets and some awesome finishers. You can play solo or co-op with 3 additional players, and the co-op aspect of this game made it very fun, even though I didn't always get a full group. And the 4 characters you can play as are Robin Hood, Friar Tuck, Little John, and Marian. Robin Hood wields his bow as an archer and has different abilities for shooting star arrows, which can create volleys. Friar Tuck is more of a tank class who has a larger shield and a hammer to slam down on enemies. Little John is a brawler that has a fist that can heat up to deal even more damage. And lastly, Marian, who is my personal favorite, plays more as an assassin and can throw daggers to chain a lethal barrage of daggers. To further customize your character's abilities, unique mods called shards can be acquired, and these alter the effects of your abilities. You can also purchase additional techniques which enable you to chain together larger and more powerful combos. Once you complete the main story, you will gain access to 2 additional modes, and those modes are Tyrant's Pit and The Last Stand. Tyrant's Pit is a mode where you can go up against all major bosses throughout the story and finish it as fast as you can. The Last Stand is a wave-based mode which goes up to 30 different waves and that get increasingly hard as you progress. Now that you have an understanding of the story and gameplay, let's jump into the bad aspects of the game. Even though the combat mechanics are fun and satisfying, I found a lot of the enemies easy to beat throughout the missions. Granted, as I fought them, there were many times I did not receive a very high grade. Adding to this, I thought the boss battles were definitely too easy, as I felt like some of the boss battles were easier than some of the other battles throughout the mission. This may be attributed to the amount of health being maximized by the end, which made them easier. During my playthrough, I encountered a few bugs that forced me to abandon missions. For instance, I found my character stuck in the floor after squeezing through a tight space, and I had to restart the whole mission, and that happened a couple times, so that's one of the major bugs I noticed. And then just some performance issues throughout the thing, but nothing that can't be fixed with the patch later. Now, in terms of aesthetics, I must admit the animations and graphics fell short of my expectations. For example, especially during cutscenes, explosions just didn't feel very explodey. Finally, the Gangs of Sherwood main story was disappointingly short, with completion attained in just 6 hours. I couldn't help but want a longer narrative, and while I appreciate the game has a $40 price tag, a few additional hours of story would have been awesome. And that takes us to the good aspects of the game. While the main story left me wanting more, Gangs of Sherwood offered some good replayability. The inclusion of additional game modes and the ability to revisit each mission and play as a different character made me want to continue to play. The Gangs of Sherwood seamlessly works well with the Robin Hood lore, which gives the tale a unique and captivating feel, and I absolutely loved it. Now, the combat mechanics are great at being easy to pick up, but also extremely gratifying as you land large and devastating combos. Again, this is one of the aspects I really love about the game. Above all, the best feature of the game has to be the characters' unique abilities and playstyles. Whether you are flying solo or joining forces with other players, the diversity of the skills and playstyles makes each character feel distinct, which adds to the depth and excitement of gameplay. Overall, Gangs of Sherwood offers an enjoyable gaming experience despite its flaws. While the story is short and the occasional bugs, the game's good aspects outweighs the bad, which is why I'm giving Gangs of Sherwood a 7 out of 10. Now, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to tippity tap that like button and subscribe if you want to see any more of our game reviews, podcast episodes, or other topics that we discuss. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Peace out, nerds.